Welcome to the wonderful, wonderful and clever and Graham Moore. Congratulations.
Thank you. I don't consider I'm that clever. I'm just a normal working person who reads law, but real law. But yeah, it's a massive win for the people. Every single one of you that puts in a vote or uses his ballot in an election, so you can even write, I do not consent, Ashby versus White 1703. If you have used your ballot in that election, you can bring a single elector can bring an election petition to the High Court to say, if you've got evidence that there is cheating going on, and people need to come in and listen to the case, and they will understand what has gone on, and the cheating is systemic, right? And that's what people have to understand. But you're never going to solve this problem unless you get people that understand the law and stand up for the people and say to the judges, these judges have been waiting for someone to stand up and tell them the truth about what goes on in an election. Sarah Pouchin was one of the people who tried to knock this petition out. In other words, by the way, she was actually sent information in the post from somebody else to tell her, from a whistleblower in the Royal Mail, that the Royal Mail had suspended 2 people, senior positions, for hiding out leaflets, right? So she knew. And again, reform are supposed to be reformists of the system, yet she's trying to knock our petition out because she didn't care how she got there. Even if it was a corrupt election, she's trying to knock the petition out where groups of people are coming forward and telling the truth. And yet they look down on us because we ain't got a degree. Yet we can be retired, right? Read law and understand law better than people that are being misinstructed, because the universities are controlled by the slow march through the institutions. And that's exactly what's happened. They've been misinstructed on the law. And there's another group of people that are doing the same thing, which again is a communist thing, to attack the common law of England. It is the ultimate social justice system in the world. That's why it's under attack. And all we do is stand up as the English Constitution Society, the English Constitution Party, for disabled people, for pensioners, and for the people. Don't forget, I've said this before and I'll say it again. We were the ones who were given the eternal flame of freedom to pass on to our next generation, right? And we can't be seen to fail in doing that. People need to understand that we are the people that should stand up and will stand up to take the country back from the parasites that are currently running it. I'll tell you what we gain out of this case. We gain what we should always have as a foundation of all of the other rights that sit upon it. That means freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. All of the things are supported by freedom of elections. As soon as you start corrupting that, which is what they've done, corrupt elections mean you get corrupt MPs. Corrupt MPs subvert the Constitution with laws, like they did with the Constitutional Reform Act of 2005. Once they've done that, what did they do? They removed the constitutional element of separation of powers. And what they did was they said, we're going to remove the Lord Chancellor as giving the tap to a judge that gets her on merit, right? Not DEI, right? Gets her on merit. Knows the game inside out, understands the common law. They removed that, and then the politicians who are corrupt, handpick the judges. What do you think you're going to get? A bunch of crooks. And it's about England. And again, one reform council has took down the English flags. There's been other councils around. Just to make sure people are clear on this, right? England is a country. The UK is what's known as a unitary state. It is not a country. It's never been a country. And the reason why it cannot be a country is because it has 2 separate jurisdictions within that unitary state. Scotland is Roman law. England is common law. The common law system is the best in the world. In order for the European Union to make Great Britain and the British Isles part of the European Union, integrate it as a single country. They need to destroy England, which is why they've regionalised England into 9 regions, making them into administrative states, which is administrative law, right? And once they've done all that prep, which is what they're doing now, right, everyone gets dragged back into the European Union, and it's called a country. It'll have a separate constitution, and that constitution has the ability to subjugate your rights.
Wasn't it you that said that the courts don't accept common law anymore?
No, they that so it's not that they don't accept common law. The British system is imposing an administrative law system by stealth on the people. It's never been voted on. They've never told the people. They've done it. The Fabian Society in particular, another group of people called the Milner Group, and they are a group of people that have acted together as a ruling class to remove the rights of the people. And the way in which you do that is you impose an administrative rule of law upon the people where they don't understand what's going on. The difference is this particular working class person who has read law for 30 years and understands that we do have a written constitution. We do have, in part, a codified constitution. The Bill of Rights is codified. We have an English Bill of Rights. We do not need a British Bill of Rights. It just needs enforcing. Well, the problem is, again, we started the conversation by explaining, if you have crooked elections, you get crooked MPs. The crooked MPs then create crooked laws that subvert the Constitution. Once they do that, they then pick the judges, which is what they did with the constitutional formats of 2000.
And you have crooked police to enforce the crooked rules.
Exactly. The Soviets did the same thing. And what the Soviets have done is they've imposed their legal system upon us. And we don't even realise we're living in a Soviet regime. That's why in London, you've got more cameras in London, just in London itself, than the whole of China. Right?
It's
China,
astonishing.
Like Beijing has nowhere near got the amount of camera systems and surveillance systems as London. And people don't realise they're bringing in this surveillance system. They're bringing in facial recognition. If you went to our website, the English Constitution Party, we've actually got a digital Bill of Rights that's already prepared and ready to go. And they couldn't do any of them things to us. The seminars are really important. And again, we've got a massive seminar coming up in Essex. That's 28th of September in Leigh-on-Sea. So if you go to our website, you'll see that. It's really important that people turn up to that. You can buy tickets for it, and then we get, obviously, donations come in. That helps me go around and start telling people, these are your rights. This is about England. All of these laws are your written constitution, and these people are removing your rights by stealth and lying to you. So the seminars are really important. They're educational. They're not political. It's just telling you in layman terms what the law is. And again, I've got to warn the audience about this. We need as many people in the court as possible for the trial.
But just remind us again when that date is.
The 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. And the 5th is a really important date because that's when King Billy landed in Brixham. None of this is a conspiracy theory. These people are exceptionally dangerous. But I do believe that socialism, whether it be communism or fascism, which, by the way, fascists or Nazis are on the left of politics. They're not on the right. A constitutionalist is on the right. Pure anarchy, real anarchy, is on the right. It means no rulers. The name anarchy has been hijacked by the left and displayed by the left. There is nothing left wing about anarchy. Anarchy, in the purest terms, does not mean chaos. It means no rulers, that we will govern ourselves. Constitutionalist, which I am, is 2 notches down on the scale from anarchy. But we govern ourselves and we have a constitution, and the authorities must swear an oath to that constitution. That's one of the problems we've got in England. We need to change the judge's oath and the barrister's oath to the Constitution of England and the country of England, not to the unitary state, and certainly not to the monarch. It is about us, the people, because we are the country. So again, returning to fascism and communism is both on the left. Fabian society, the Milner Group, want complete control of the people. That is literally authoritarian rule, the opposite to what I believe in. So once people understand, they shot Charlie Kirk because he was talking about the real common law, the real God's law, and I can show people the evidence of our chief justices in the past saying that the English common law is God's law, and God's law is the English common law. It comes directly from the Ten Commandments.
Yep.
This is a battle between good and evil.
We've always said it, haven't we? It's a spiritual war.
It is
It's not about left or right. It's about right or wrong.
correct.